So we are supporting them to whatever best possible extent that is possible. And Yoga Mandir in general does not charge anything for such kids. We are doing it as sort of CSR from our side. We wanted to do more rigorously, but as you know, this needs a better support system because it is not that one person can do. When such kids come, actually each one of them need one dedicated person to be with them. So that's how we have not taken it that rigorously yet. But that is one vision I have that we should do more rigorously these kind of activities because society needs. So before we start with, of course, this is I'm airing some of my opinions and thoughts. Don't take it as any final or any such thing. But I wanted to sincerely share some of the thoughts I had as to what should be our approach to teaching such kids. So now we will go through a small PPT which I'll share, workshop on autism. Sunat is not one. Okay. So as you know that this autism, very difficult to classify. Therefore, they call it as autism spectrum disorder. Spectrum means it has the variations are so wide. Therefore, they generally, instead of just calling as autism, the general terminology used these days is ASD, autism spectrum disorder. It is a neurological disorder. It's characterized by impairments in social communication skills. That is the main thing. And the presence of restricted and repetitive behavior. Generally, such kids don't socially communicate. What we take it as normal. For example, you talk to any normal kid, first thing is they make eye to eye contact. Who is talking? These kids don't do that and they may not respond. So that is where it is, in fact, teaching such kids actually quite meditative to the person who is teaching. Let the other side, what is the benefit, you can keep it aside. But the person who has to deal with them, online please mute. Online please mute. Later, if you want to talk to me, you can come online. Otherwise, you can mute. So that is how teaching such children, how do you communicate with them? That becomes a very serious issue. Because they just cannot easily connect with your words. And therefore, the way you teach cannot be the regular way that we do. All this pull the kneecaps, straighten the legs don't work. This is more at the way you communicate to them. And then the motor impairments also pair together. Not only the communication skills, behavioral restrictions, these children also experience poor balance, postural control, unsteady gait, then incoordination, poor handwriting, and manual dexterity skills. For example, holding something and making some finer movements will be quite difficult and challenging for them. But all said and done, if one works persistently, most of these things can be improved. That is what research also shows that, for example, balance. This is where yoga is one of the most wonderful things for these kids, and postural control, gait. If you see them walking, their gait will be very unsteady. So such things can easily be improved. Coordination can be better. And we believe that because of these things and the development of this proprioception. Proprioception means the idea of our joints in space. That, for example, when you take your leg back, etc., for us, we know. But for them, such abilities will be very less. But repeatedly doing yoga will trigger those pathways. That's how yoga will help. Then naturally development delays will be there, which are well studied. So these things hopefully can be improved. We would not say that, okay, that kid will become on par with normal, but definitely their lifestyle can improve significantly. And also, many artistic kids will have some special talent, because we have one person who excels in writing poetry, and his English is very superior. Even I wouldn't write that way. So he writes that way. So such to hone such skills also, this will be very, very useful. Then imitation and praxis deficits. So they will have difficulty in imitating and the practice. This, for example, spatial errors. Spatial errors because we understand, stretch your legs, keep it straight, move it up, down. That spatial errors can be there with them. For example, if we ask, okay, rise for 60 degrees or 45 degrees or 60 degrees, we will understand, we will connect that geometry to the position. They will have difficulty. So that, because one is, whatever we communicate, they may not quickly grasp. And they cannot imitate what you do so easily. But repetitively, if you keep doing, it will definitely help. Then reversal errors, actions like waving the palm. For example, the kids do tata. They do like this. They may do like this. They don't understand that you are doing this way. They will do somewhat this way. So this can happen in many other actions also. What you show to them, it is like sometimes we get, when you are looking at you in the mirror, sometimes instead of this side, you may set it right this side, but then you will understand. So such things can happen to them very repeatedly, very often. Even when you are seeing face to face, it can happen. Then body part for tool errors, using body parts incorrectly, such as scissoring motions with index and middle finger. For example, if we want to do the scissoring motion, we will do this. They may not immediately get this. They may do something somewhere. They understand you are doing something with the fingers, but they don't necessarily get these finer movements. Then the cascading effects, can negatively impact their social communication and cognitive development. Social impact, obviously, because once their communication skills suffer, motor skills means all these movements. Once that is uh, poor, they may avoid peer interaction because they cannot mix with other kids, then missing opportunities to form friendships because unless the society also understands that okay, such a problem could be there, it is very difficult to solve, and especially if they are kids, they are also not grown up to treat others with compassion. So in such cases, these kids feel alienated very easily, and they may not um, really like that, and this could have a social impact. Then functional skills, poor imitation skills can hinder learning new functional skills like dressing, feeding, uh, social skills like gestures, joint social engagement. Because in society, often these things matter quite a lot. Uh, for example, you are sitting in a dining table in a social gathering. Suppose a autistic kid can be eating in a very what we call it a shabby way. Not that it was intentionally doing. Generally, what happens is people around they're not really like, except their parents who may not mind. Others would try to distance from such things. So, but anyway, these are all the problems. The functional skills would suffer once you don't have a proper functional skill or what you call as the body moves, it can also impair. So, given the broad impact of motor impairments, there is a need for interventions to improve motor skill and their application in developing social communication skill. So we have to work on two things. One is their motor impairments have to be helped. How do you help? How do you think our motor skills have developed? We were all in horizontal position and we were born. How did we become vertical? We learned. Day one, even we had that motor impact, isn't it? Then gradually we learned. Then slowly we started walking. Then balance came. So it is a slow process. For them, it will be much slower, but with consistent effort, that is possible. Then communication skills. How do you think the our regular children? How do you think they started talking? Did they you talk to them after they started talking to you? Did you get my question? Did you started talking to your kids after they started talking to you? No, notwithstanding they don't know any language. We started talking to them. Nodu, nai nodu, katte nodu, hasu nodu. We started talking. Then slowly they picked up the language. So that must be done more intensely with these kids. We must um, be more creative in teaching them. So this is where it is very important that we hone our skills in order to develop the skills of such kids. So yoga, what we can do? That is our main theme of today's attempt. One is, of course, yoga is quite popular and cost effective. Everybody knows, and we know that it has no side effect. It can easily be tried. And we also know that in general, it doesn't need any special gadget. We can implement them very easily. Then there are a lot of benefits. Number one is motor skills. In yoga, we address everything: flexibility, strength, balance, even in general, not just for autistic kids. In whatever we do, because the health of the joints depend not just on the flexibility. It should have strength. It should also have stability or balance. So even if you come to our general classes, that's what we will do. But here it has to be done in a more refined way. Because as I said, simply giving commands like stand up, join the feet, pull the kneecap, chest up, navel up, that won't work. That way it will never work. Because you have to make it very, very lighter vein, and it has to be fun filled. You can't be harsh on them. You must be willing to repeat. That is the main thing. And caregivers should also have some reasonable flexibility. Very important. Because if they themselves cannot show them, then you cannot expect them to imitate. Because it purely works on imitation. That too, it won't happen that easily. Then perceptual skills will improve. This proprioception means the position of the body, etc. Kinesthesis means how they are linked, how the body joints are in space linked. That will help. Then, of course, cardiorespiratory system in general will improve. Then behavioral skills. There will be increase in attention and alertness. That if you keep doing, you will know. Then social communication skills like social interaction, speech, such things will also gradually improve. So ease of adaptation. So yoga activities easy, but we should know how to adapt. We cannot say this is the thing which will work for everyone. No, it depends upon their age. When we say age, it is not just the chronological age. You have to look at what is the, how receptive they are, etc. So a lot of judgments we have to use. So what I would think is that yoga should be fun and engaging through some songs or stories. It should be made like a game or use some chairs, something, some props, make it more a fun activity to understand and implement some of the postures as a part of the story. It is not just you simply go on saying, okay, rise both hands up, down. Something mechanically they may do, but now what is important here is you must engage them. You must improve their eye-to-eye contact, and they should feel, okay, oh, this some communication is happening. It's not just imitating. It's not just about flexibility. We should remember this. Then incorporating motor learning principles like repetitive task specific practice, then gradually give some complex movements which will require some strength, balance, and coordination. All that must be done very systematically. Then providing opportunities for reinforcement and feedback, trial error learning, because it will not happen in just one shot. So we have to do all these things. So that's why I put it as creative yoga approach. That is about presentation. Oh, Vishwanath, unshare. Now we will wonder what this fellow is going to do. Huh? Correct? No. What creative does he do? Now you can turn this side. Yeah, please, most welcome to ask question. Exactly. Yes, 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 yes. All that will definitely improve. Definitely improve. Because it is the pathways have to be triggered. Just like in us, even in normal kids, we trigger the pathway. The child is by birth, if it is lying horizontal position, and we tempt it to do so many things. That's how we make it. Otherwise, you leave it, it will be like that. So here you need little more extra attention, and that's why we have to use. And you will know when I complete it. Of course. So some of you are there. You have seen me doing some postures. At least majority of you have seen me in doing regular class. So don't laugh at me, because you'll see what happened to him. For others, new people, it is okay. You may feel, okay, this fellow is like this. What can we do? Yes, sir. Sir? Okay. Yes, yes. That's why, see, because what we are doing here is not a panacea for all type of kids. Some kids, everything is normal, only some specific skills will be missing. So such people, there are special schools these days. I think that's the best way to go through. But here we are addressing uh, the normal set of autistic kids who have some coordination impairments, usual. But that's why we call it as spectrum disorder, autism spectrum disorder. Some kids may have very specific, because I've seen some kids who are very flexible. They don't need any movement. They can do jump, balance, everything. They have something else. For example, their speech may not be uh, apt. So they have to go to special speech therapy. Of course, whatever we do will also help. In fact, I'll show you some of those things. So in general, it would definitely help them. But for some specific issues, you should really consult those specific specialities.
Sir, how to bring in awareness?
1 second, I will come back. Yeah, please.
Yeah.
You only. Yeah. Sure. You will wait for some more time till I show you. Then you can come back to your question.
So it will
Online,
help
somebody
if
was
we-
asked.
Yeah, it will help if we get to know the questions what people are asking, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The question asked was, for example, a kid having issue only, let us say, in writing, gripping the pencil. Yeah. Eye contact is a regular problem with all autistic kids. Okay, this specific writing. So I'll show you some movements which you can help to train the fingers. But my intention today class is to open out for two basic things. One, how do you communicate with them? Number two, through some postures, can you help other things like movement impairments, balance, stability, strength, all put together. Other issues like, for example, for speech, what do you do? We can show a few things. For fingers, what you do? We can show a few things. And if some specific is needed, we'll be happy to help. But in this class, today, it may be difficult to address very specific issues because the idea is something to first engage them into some regular activity. How do you engage with them? So I was also thinking how to do that. So then I thought, let us start with Sampurna Ramayana. Ramayana. You all know Ramayana. So we will pick up some episodes from Ramayana to teach them some moments. First thing is, for example, when I do something like this, like this, like this, like this, you will make out. You did make out. But those kids will not immediately capture right hand has gone here, left hand has gone here. They will have a little problem. Anyhow, so I thought we will start something with like that. How do you start? You can take anything. We'll take right now Sampurna Ramayana. So when I'm using 4 things, you will make out what I'm going to talk. But Are Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugna. Correct? Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugna. Is it difficult to imitate? If you go to such kids, you will understand. Don't now answer easy or no, that is not the point. So this is what we need to do. Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugna. There were 4 princes who are the sons of Dasharatha. Dasharatha was a king. He had 4 sons, 4 great sons. Who are they? Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugna. Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugna. For normal kids, one time is enough. For these people, one time will not help. You must impose. Then make it slow, Rama. Then just check, do this. What is this? Shatrugna. Then this. Now you should try these combinations. Try it very slowly. Or kids were there. Over there, they were very, very excellent. Especially Sri Rama. Drive that name. Ram. Even in pronouncing that name, Ram. One is it is very easy to pronounce. Another, what are the things that are happening? Ra. Where is it coming from? What is I have forgotten basics of Sanskrit? Huh?
From the
Ra,
name.
what navel? From gutturals. Base of the throat. Ra, ma, what happens? Ma is lip, that is the end. So Rama is the whole spectrum of your pronunciation. So make them say it loud. Rama, Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna. That's it. Now how was Rama? Rama was always huh? Huh? Looking at my face, what will you make out? Don't give them high fund of philosophy. That won't work. Rama was always smile. That's it. That's all. Then see whether they imitate your smile. Then keep them imposing. Rama was always smileful. And he was very good. Physically very good. So this was very, very good. He was so good. Very strong person. Who? Rama. Rama was very, very strong. Then these things you should do. Then Rama loves everybody. Love everybody. Then go to the kid, give a hug. I too love you. Get connected. Not just Rama loves everybody. You are being loved. You must connect. It's not going to be very easy. But the narrative should go on repeatedly so that a connectedness gets established. So this action will also come. Rama loves everybody. Rama loves everybody. So in pronouncing Rama, if you make them, you are actually exercising the whole spectrum of the pronunciation. It starts from, anyway, let me not bore you with all those things, but remember that this is helpful. Now, there, one big guru came, teacher. What is his name? Huh? Vishwamitra. Online, unless you want to talk to me, please mute. There a big guru came, Vishwamitra. When the guru comes, the king, Dasharatha, what he has to do? He has to show respect. How do you show respect? He stood up. Who? Dasharatha stood up. So I have to show this action. Little bit you can take it out. Up tilt a bit. Okay. Then again, sit down. And then you have to ask them again. Who came? Vishwamitra Okay. Then, whenever teacher comes, what you should do? Stand up. Try to stand up. You should be able to stand up. But if you yourself, the caregiver himself is struggling, there is problem. This is very important. Okay, so that's why caregiver should also be mind. And if you don't know Ramayana, it's all the more difficult. Okay, then sit down. Then again repeat. Did you get it? Vishwamitra came. Dasharatha stood up in respect. Then what did he do? He did namaste. What did he do? To the feet of Vishwamitra, he did namaste. Okay? So now here is a hint for the caregiver. If you cannot stand up, you must say, you must skip that step and say Vishwamitra came and Dasharatha did namaste to the feet of Vishwamitra. Okay? What to do? Do at these moments, and you should ensure that they do that. Very important. So I will not go through entire Ramayana, don't worry. Then what happened? Vishwamitra asked Dasharatha, please send Rama and Lakshmana with me. I want to take them. I have an important work for them. Now other steps I am jumping. Okay. I'm only taking where actions are there. Then what happened? Rama and Lakshmana were asked to go with Vishwamitra. Where is Rama? Rama, Lakshmana. Now you have to connect, you have to trigger their memory. Rama, Lakshmana. Both of them came. They were asked to go with Vishwamitra. What did they do? They also stood up and Dasharatha told he is your guru. For which what did they do? They prostrated. Dasharatha is aged. He can prostrate half. These people are young. How did they prostrate? They lie down. Prostrate. To Vishwamitra. If you cannot stand up and do, sit like this, and they prostrated. To Vishwamitra. Who? Rama, Lakshmana. They prostrated. Then what did they do? They followed whom? Vishwamitra. In car? Scooter? No, by foot. So they started walking with Vishwamitra. Because they have problem with gates. Their gate cycle will be different. Now you can introduce this walking. They walk with Vishwamitra. They walked. And you can make them walk. Then what is the next step? You will be wondering. I've noted down some of these things. Yeah. Then they went to forest. In between they sleep. So many things happen. Don't worry about that because Vishwamitra does a lot of wonderful things to them. And in fact, Sri Rama, Lakshmana, they slept in the forest. People who had such kingly comforts. Very next day in forest, but there also they were comfortable. But such philosophies are needed for the caregiver, not for the kids. But any caregivers can listen to Ramayana. We have also put it on our YouTube channel. It is different. Okay. Now the next thing what I buy, they went to forest. They were walking in the forest. None of you are enjoying that because none of you even attempted to do a simple thing. So I was wondering. Anyway. Yeah, it will. I will make more videos because whatever it is, because you said you do it, it has triggered a lot of ideas in me. Not only for this, even for kids, I want to do more rigorously. Anyway, we'll see that. Now what happened? They were going in the forest, dark forest. Nobody is there. Lot of animals are there. If you are good in mimicry, you can do pow, pow, pow. Or if you can mimic a tiger, I cannot. I may look very odd. I have not tried. But you can do all this. I mean, I'm only giving you hints as if you are going in a forest. Then what happened? There came Tataki, Rakshasi. She came like this. Ferocious. What was she doing? Opened her mouth. I don't know online whether you can see. Wide open the mouth. Vishwamitra looked. Hiram asked, who is this? Vishwamitra, she is Tataki. She is troubling all the people here. Kill her. Then Rama, what did he do? Now you go to. What is this I say? Not Trikonasana. You can adopt something. For Trikonasana, but now remember, Rama took his bow and arrow and then shoot it to Tataki. Shoot. Then what did Rama do? This side. Shoot. Or even this much is okay. Those kids, they cannot do even this is okay. Shoot. Shoot the arrow. Shoot the arrow. Then what happened? Tataki was like this. Fell down. She was dead. Vishwamitra was very, very happy. Then Vishwamitra took them to Siddhashrama. That was the actual purpose, where he was doing yajna. For the yajna, Rakshasas were troubling. And Rama and Lakshmana were taken to kill those Rakshasas and make the yajna happen. What is yajna? There is a huge fire where they put ghee, etc. Now that was going on. Something you put some chair or something. Now from the top, Rakshasas would come. Rama and Lakshmana have to guard this. What did they do? With the bow and arrow, they were going round and round. Of course, here there's not much space. If you have more space, you can do that. They were going round.
5824.
Looking up. Please mute your systems online.
515824.
Shivkumar, please mute. Like this, like this, like this. They were looking up. This is going to be difficult. I'm not simply.
515824.
This is also this. Hey, please mute Shivkumar. ನಾನೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳಿ. Please mute, huh? Okay, I think it's muted. So when you are walking, if you are looking up, it will train your vestibular system. So I'm whatever little bit science I know, I'm using in all these things. So walk like this. Oh, they were looking for, because Rakshasas would come from where? From the top. Therefore, you should look at the top and walk. Look, look. Then what happened? Fire going like this. Fire is going like this up. This is fire is going up like this. Fire is going up like this. Rama and Lakshmana are watching up. Then come two Rakshasas. Where do they come? In the sky. What is their name? Maricha and Subahu. How did they come? From the sky. They are coming. Oh, you can check. You can do all these things. You are at freedom. Don't insist them to straighten this leg. It is not Virabhadrasana 3, but you can see that this needs balance, stability. They are coming like this. Then Marichan, right leg, left leg, Subahu, they are coming. Rama looked at them. Rama took his bow and arrow like this. Virabhadrasana 1 took the arrow upward now. Shoo! Shoo! Shoot the arrow to Maricha. Maricha on right leg. What happened to Maricha? He was thrown out. He was not killed. You should remember these things, caregiver. So what happened to Maricha? Maricha was hit and he went far, far away. Fell down. Subahu. Again, remember you have to change the leg. Left leg forward. Rama. Shoot, Subahu. Shoot. Shoot. Then what happened to Subahu? Subahu was like this. And he was very badly hit. And fell down. Subahu was killed. Then they were very happy. Maricha and Subahu were cleared. The yajna went on very well. He was very happy. From there, anyway, now let me give a small break for any questions or clarifications. Anything? Online? Any questions or any clarifications you want?
Sir, I have a question.
Please.
Sir, this we will be repeating with the same storyline every day, or it has to be different?
Well, you see, this story you can repeat because one is as you improve, I mean, as they pick up, there are a lot of morals they can induce. Today, I'm not doing all that. A whole lot of morals can be driven. Lot of lessons for life can be driven through this. So the more and more they become familiar with these characters, things can deepen and it will also enrich their personality as a whole. So I would recommend Ramayana. Give me some more time, I will put more details.
No, my question is the same story to be
Yeah,
repeated, right?
better.
Yeah.
Okay.
And not to concentrate on the inhale and exhale, it is to be only body actions first.
You are right. The question is, what about breathing? Breathing, I'll tell you towards the end how to teach them. But right now, don't mix up breathing with all these things.
So
Keep it
image
more,
copying.
yes,
copying.
more imitation and communication should be the main pillars to begin with.
Thank you.
Lot
Sir.
of these kids, it's a good question you have asked. Lot of these kids have upper clavicular breathing or chest breathing because many of these autistic kids are known to suffer from anxiety. Unfortunately, they cannot express, and they can be greatly relieved by good breathing. I'll talk to you about breathing maybe towards the end. What were you asking? Huh? What picture? See, they need more of these actions. And initially, even if they don't understand, don't worry. Let them imitate whatever possible. That's why I said, beginning itself, how do we teach our kids, normal kids also? We tell them, we take them, see, that is dog, that is dog. That poor fellow will not know. Just because it doesn't know, we don't leave it. But actually, it makes an impression. That's how the kids learn language also. Do you think first they go to school to learn A, E and then speak? That does not happen. The speaking will they pick up from outside world. So here also, that's why the other previous questioner asked, the question asked was whether we should repeat the same story or different story. I would say same. You stick to Ramayana, it will do a lot of wonders. Because keep on driving Ramayana, and it has fantastic morals and lessons for life, which gradually you can give, but not in the beginning. Beginning, don't make it too philosophical. They get, first of all, they don't understand. Now, anything else, even here? Yeah. Imitation is the key. Only we are doing. Don't show any Rama or Krishna, not necessary. Okay. Well, it's a good question. Yes, it is a challenge. It is a challenge. I am showing continuously. It won't happen continuously. Maybe create one small instance. Good enough. Rama Lakshmana killing Subahu. That has balance, stability, and vestibular interaction. Good enough. Correct. Enough. 2 minutes. That's why the caregivers have to be very watchful. Their attention span is not only less, but also minimal. So we have to gradually work. And the very important thing, what I am trying to convey is this kind of, through a story, making them do certain action will make it better than, normally saying them, because there are some studies done on autistic children in India. In India also some studies have been done where yoga has been taught like, any other class. But I didn't find that very interesting. And they have done only on 6 kids and they have published a paper. But on 6 kids, you cannot really, generalize. But this is something which I think will help. So I'll make something, then let us see if we can, through some of your interactions or whoever is online, if you are doing some work in this area, then we will provide you more material so that we can all work together to evolve something that helps this community. Okay, then Vishwamitra took them to Mithila. Before taking to Mithila, they had to cross river Ganga. So Vishwamitra came with Rama and who? Lakshmana. There was a river. What is this? River Ganga is flowing. And now, how do you cross the river? Ganga is very wide. You can cross the river by swimming. But Vishwamitra was there. He was a great guru. Therefore, somebody provided boat. So Rama, Lakshmana, Vishwamitra sat on the boat. Navasana. This is Navasana. Boat. They went in the boat. You ask again, who all went? Rama, Lakshmana, Vishwamitra went in the boat. Where? In the river Ganga. Then Rama asked Vishwamitra, O Guru, what is this river? Then Vishwamitra said, this is the river Ganga. This was in Brahmaloka. Then Rama asked, how did it came from Brahmaloka to here and flowing? Vishwamitra said, I will tell you the story. Now you can go from either Sagara Chakravarti, if you know. There was one Sagara Chakravarti. If you don't know those stories, you can come back to an important thing called Bhagiratha. What happened? There was one great king called Bhagiratha. His forefathers, grandfathers were in Patala Loka. And the Ganga had to come there for them. You all leave it, they were all burnt into ashes. For moksha, mukti, Ganga had to come, Kapila Ashrama. Don't worry. Such things later, when you take it to the next stage, that will help. Then there was no Ganga. Ganga had to come. Then what did Bhagiratha do? He did tapas. How did he do? He stood on one leg, maybe like this or like this, you can show. Actually, this is Vrikshasana. Don't write all this, even this is okay. He stood on one leg and then did tapas. What did he say? Oh, whoa. Okay? He did tapas. For how many years? 1,000 years. Om, Om, Om. A number of times you can say. What is the impact of Om? You tell me. Speech therapy. First, you have to look at
Fundamental
Om.
sounds.
Correct. Fundamental sounds. A, U, Ma. Ah. It comes from the guttural. Then the middle. Then the end. So it covers the whole spectrum. Whatever way that they say, don't insist one third, one third, one third, and all that. Just say Om, Om, Om. Then what happened? Brahma came, the four-headed Brahma. He came. Bhagirath, what did he do? When Brahma comes, Bhagirath was standing like this. He prostrated to Brahma. Then he prayed to Brahma. Brahma said, Tadastu. What did he ask? Send Ganga from your loka, Brahma loka, to earth. What did Brahma say? Brahma said, Tadastu. I'll send. But when Ganga comes, such a force, earth will not hold. Therefore, ask Shiva. Then what did he do? Tapas. On whom? Shiva. Again, tapas. Oh, you want to act depending upon his ability to speak? Namah Shivaya. No problem. Then, like this, he did tapas. Then what happened? Parameshwara came, stood like this. He had full heads. Then Bhagirath said, Ganga will come, please hold her and send her. I will take with me. Then what? Ganga was allowed to come. Ganga, looked at Ishvara, was standing like this. Ganga looked at Ishvara and said, my force, how will he hold? My force, he cannot hold. Then she started flowing like this. She came down with force. With force, she came down. What did Ishvara do? Just held her. Because she was adamant, did not release, held. Closed his eyes. Who? Ishvara. Did not release. Then Bhagirath again what to do? Tapas. Go back. Tapas. Oh. Maybe repeat sometimes. Oh. Then Shiva opened his eyes. Opened his eyes. He was holding water. Then Bhagirath said, please leave Ganga. Then he left Ganga. Along the body it came. It started flowing. Along the body it came. Started flowing. Then what did Bhagirath do? Bhagirath started running. Or if you want to gallop like a horse, you can do that. And Ganga started following like this, like this, like this. It came. When it was going, there was a yagna going on by Jahnu. There was fire burning like this. This Ganga went on that like this. Then what happened? The Jahnu Rishi became very angry and took Ganga and you can show this in fact like this. You pull, that is inhale through the mouth. That will also help. Then Bhagirath again, he was going, no water. He came back. Then he saw this Rishi. What did he do? He prayed him. Please release Ganga. Then what did he do? All the water He left it through his right ear. Water. Again, Ganga started flowing. Then it went to Pathalalu. Then Bhagiratha's effort was successful. Then they reached which place? Mithila. Next story. Next. Okay, what is the time? Okay, anyway, one more small break for any discussion. Any discussion? Any questions? Huh? Sorry, all these sounds and I have plugged in something here. True. I think somebody is also online. Somebody is on. Please mute. Otherwise, I will have too many disturbances. Please. Online. Somebody is traveling. So please mute. Don't know who is. Aran Shabda. If I have understood your question, it is about communication. Yeah, I mean, it is very true. I'm not saying that they will pick up very quickly and respond. But what research also says is that you make it little something like this, some story oriented or maybe sing, that will help to capture their attention to some extent. And if you do it 10 times, they may do it 3-4 times. So these are two things. One is the caregiver will definitely improve. There's no doubt. And secondly, it will gradually help to build that communication. It is a process. So that's why whoever is giving this kind of coaching must have that patience and understanding. There's no doubt. It is not that I'm not saying that it will just like that work. It won't.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah, please.
Sir, most of these children, they have to stim. In order, they will do some stimming to regulate themselves. So anything can you suggest that helps them to stay focused when we are running the storyline? Some body movement which will be helpful while they are listening to us.
Correct. See, that's why we have introduced all these movements. Actually, while doing the movements itself, we can create the story and narrate the story. Here I am slightly making it little somewhat split because of the nature of audience. All of them may not know Ramayana, number one. Number two, as you keep repeating the same thing, please remember their response will also improve. When the first time hear Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugna, it may sound odd. But when they keep on hearing, it is easy for them to pick up. It is like we listening to Kannada news. We pick up so easily, even some with so many other noise, etc. Because our minds can make out, fill up the gaps. We know generally what happens. Even though I know Telugu news I cannot immediately pick up. If there is something, I have to be very focused. because mind will not so easily fill up the gap. So the hope here is that as we keep doing, their attention will also improve. They would definitely respond in a better way. Okay. Next, they went to Mithila. Incidentally, in between comes the story of Vishwamitra. But anyway, that's another interesting thing. But anyway, let's not go too much into that. But other popular things, then what happened? They went to Mithila, where the king Janaka is there sitting, and there is the Shivadhanus. Shivadhanus is there. How is this Dhanus? Oh, this Dhanus bow is like this. Ooh. This is,
Dhanurasam.
yeah, very heavy, very heavy. Vishwamitra, Rama, Lakshmana are sitting, seeing. They are bringing Shivadhanas. 5,000 people, they are pushing slowly. They brought Shivadhanas. Now, Rama looked at Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra said, pick it up. It's very hard to pick up. Now, to answer your question about fingers, he went, held this grip, held the Shivadhanus. Who? Sri Rama, lift, he lifted and hold it. And what happened? The bow break. Hurl it broke. Then
Sir,
it,
sir,
yes,
sir, 1 minute.
yes.
Sir,
We have a continuous disturbance.
sir, 1 minute, sir.
Yeah.
Shama is
Online,
unable
please
to,
mute.
no. Shama has lost connection. She is unable to join. She requested me to tell you. So please
Amma, last
admit her.
connection. Okay. All right. So, yeah. Wherever now Shivadhanus is broken, then tell them that they all got married. Finish. There are other stories we will not go into. But Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna got married to Sita, Pandavi, Shrutakirti. Okay, if you can't remember, Sita, Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna. Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna got married to Sita, Urmila, hey, Mandavi, Shrutakirti. You can do all that. It's easy to create. Then they all went. Okay. So, like that we can create. If you want me to enact, I have noted down most of it, but I don't know how much you can take it. But like this we can build. This is what kept me engaged for about past 1 week. What to do then. So my guru told me that, okay, you do this. So that's how I thought I will share. We will try to create this, lot more. For example, then you can create that whole story of Ravana. Ravana, what did he do? Rama went to forest. With whom? With Lakshmana and Sita. They were staying. When they were staying, what happened? This fellow Ravana came. Ravana, then Shurpanaka, first it all started with Shurpanaka. Shurpanaka saw Rama. Okay? And this Shurpanaki was very cruel. She wanted Rama. She came, she wanted to catch Rama. This Rama told Lakshmana to handle her. What did Lakshmana do? She cut her ears. Hold them like this. Yeah. What is the significance of this? This
Super brain yuga.
this stimulates the vagal nerve, plus also good for some of the brain mechanism. So I can do all this. The nose also was cut. Shurpanaki started crying. Oh, she ran. She did not directly go to Ravana, but you can say went to Ravana. Then Ravana came. Ravana, what did he do? He told Maricha to take the form of a deer. She, in the form of golden deer, Maricha, came walking in front of Sita. Sita liked the deer and told Rama, I need it. Rama said, I will get it. Rama wanted to catch. Then what did this deer do? Started galloping. Walking and galloping are different. Started moving in all directions. Rama was chasing. Then what did he do? He had no option except to shoot. Right? Shoot the arrow. Then what happened? This fellow got hit and fell down. End of Maricha. Then what did we do? In this position, you have to shout twice or thrice. But careful about your knee. You have to practice. Then he said, no.
Recording in progress.
Oh no, he said, oh Lakshmana, Sita. Then Lakshmana came, Ravana came. What did he do? He took Sita and flew in. What? Took her up. Then what happened? Jatayu, big bird, it came. Asked Ravana to stop. What did Ravana do? He started fighting. With whom? Jatayu. Then what did Ravana do? He took his sword and hit. Then what happened? Wing got cut. Wing is gone. Only one more wing. What did Ravana do? Even that he cut. Then what happened? Jatayu fell down. Then what did Ravana do? Took Sita to Lanka. Okay. Any doubt? Hey, this is good exercise. By the way, I'm finding it quite good. Huh? Yeah. Anyway, I have noted down most of the story.
Sir, this is
Hmm.
very tough.
Well, it's not tough.
The caregiver, we have to have a very good fitness level.
Absolutely. You see, uh, coughing doctor treating somebody with a lung infection is not like, isn't it? The doctor himself is coughing. Lung infected fellow will definitely not go. So if we ourselves are not fit, we cannot make the other fellow to fit, because these are all actively we should get involved. This is not like, you sit like this and say, okay, stand up, sit down, do that. That won't work. That's why this workshop is, we just mentioned, it is for caregivers. And first thing that you must see is caregivers will improve, undoubtedly. Incidentally, whoever they are caring for, they will also improve. And some of these things you may not do just like what I am doing, but you can, modify. When I say leg and wing is cut, you may not do this much, at least this you can do, no? Wing is cut, wing is cut. It should not be difficult. So some modifications you can bring.
Sir, I think we can add to this some more pictures because they're visual learners. It will be much more clear for
So
them.
what more visuals do you need? You have to show.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
the
Showing this way.
Vrikshasana, yeah,
All that we can. You
all
see,
that,
the
yeah.
pictures showing may not help. Actions will help. Actions will help. Very important. So doing that way will be of great help. Of course, we can pick up stories even from Bhagavata, Krishna's thing. A lot of ideas keep coming, but yeah, we will take some time to do it. But it looks quite interesting. You can be as creative as you want and make it a more a joyful session. That's the whole thing. And the way you communicate, connect with them, that is very important. Otherwise, if it is made very dry, it's very difficult to hold their attention. As it is very difficult to hold their attention. But with these kind of some skill sets, you can make it a little more better. And well, it would take some time. I don't say that it will just like that happen. Then, well, then we can. Now, let me take some more time. Then I'll tell you about Sundarakanda. Also, we can enact Sundarakanda. Hanuman. Before that, any questions you have, let me know. First of all, we should recognize that these kind of physical movements, they will also help them emotionally. It is not that it is a compartment, physical, emotional, it's not compartmentalized. Emotionally, they will have challenges, no doubt. But these kind of things which will help them translate the physical level also impact psychologically, emotionally, because it's a connected system. And by creating stories as such, in a long term, will benefit their emotion. For example, depicting Rama's character repeatedly, how Rama lost kingdom, but he was smiling. Like that. We did not add all that things, but gradually you can add such substances. In and through in Ramayana, you see several such lessons. So all such lessons can be very intelligently added, and that I'm sure will, in the long run, would impact. Because otherwise, how do they know what emotions are? For example, how Hanuman worked when he was desperate. He did not lose hope. Again, I'll show you some of those things, Sundarakanda. But yes, emotional challenges are there. You are right, absolutely no doubt. But these are the pathways which we have to take them through. Anything else? What, Kishore? That is why we are going through Sampurna Ramayana. Okay. Sri Rama himself is the biggest motivation. King, he was in palace. 14 years he was in forest. But not a day he said, oh, I have lost that. No, he was happy even in forest. In forest he used to manage. So if you have to manage such people, yes, that is also fine, I'll manage. No question of losing the motivation. So Ramayana itself will give us the motivation. Hanuman himself is the biggest motivator. What else do you have? For what did Hanuman work? You tell me. What was his gain? Did he get any kingdom? Did he get any money? Nothing. Simply Sri Rama Seva. Like that, if some kids of ASD are there, that is Sri Rama. That Seva I do. Unless that inner feel is there, these things don't work. Whether a caregiver is hired or if the parents themselves are the caregivers, unless there is that inner connectedness, it won't work. No, whatever anybody who does, that is, we don't know, but
Sir,
huh?
sir, will we have access to this recording? Because I could not note down all the postures properly.
1 second, I'll come to you. Yeah, please. Yeah, it depends. I don't think for parents it should be difficult. Why it becomes difficult is because of attachment. But in yoga, we strongly disadvocate that perspective. In fact, you have to work with love, not attachment. If you have a kid who has ASD, suppose you have one normal kid, one ASD kid, that comparison will strike. And if that is triggering tears, then your parenting is deficient. I know this is a strong remark, but that is the truth. Because love is different. Normally, we mistake love and attachment. You can have good love only if you are free from attachment, whether it is husband, wife, or kids, whatever. This is the truth. Because this raga or attachment is seen as a klesha, affliction of the mind, which will actually impair your efficiency and working. But this would require an amount of education and some sort of a self-evolution for even the parent. Well, that's the process, what to do. Hmm? Born, you're asking a fundamental question. Fundamental question. You see, the only simplest answer is the theory of karma. What does that state? There is no injustice in creation. Yes. But it is a fantastic psychological tool because nobody can verify whether it is true or wrong, false. But it is such a wonderful philosophy because once, let us say, in a family AB, C is born as an autistic kid. What can you do? AB cannot keep on worrying about it. One side, there is genetic thing, those so many things, that's okay, that's going on. Once it has happened, first level is acceptance. Yes, it has happened. You cannot reverse that. Now, how to correct? How best you make? Now, what happens if I start thinking I am so good, I have not done any injustice to anybody, why God this to me? Then that would only put things down. No. This was answered. See, in other context, Kanchi Paramacharya was approached by one journalist. He said, you talk Puru Janma and all those things. Then Paramacharya tells her, see, from tomorrow you just go to several hospitals. Just do a survey of the kids who are born. Come back after some time. So she went different hospitals, will be there. She came one day and Paramacharya asked, what are your statistics? And she said, yes, there are several things. There are kids who are born in air conditioned. Thing two, the spectrum. Kids who are born in almost not even bed is there in a very condemned corporation hospital or something like that. No proper food, nothing is there, they're born. Then Paramacharya asked, what do you think is the mistake of the kid here? So this is the whole spectrum of karma. So why somebody born in cloud 9 and why somebody in condemned corporation hospital where there is no proper protection, nothing. What is the kid, just born kid, what could it have done? The answer is, you are only looking at this episode. There are previous episodes. So I always tell, I don't see any of these serials that come on TV. So in some serials, if you see on one of the days, you'll see that some daughter-in-law will be holding the neck of mother-in-law and pushing her out of the house. Then if you look at it, then you will say, oh, what is this ghastly act? Then people who are regular watchers, they will tell you that, oh, this is not a ghastly act. You don't know what she had done. You have not seen earlier episodes. Like that, we also don't know our earlier episodes. So the theory of karma says none of the actions are left as it is. Everything will have a reaction. And unless you become a gnani, you have to go through this cycle. Anyway, we will keep it aside, but there is an answer to what you ask. So there is a fundamental question which you should accept the theory of karma, then well, that is it. But having accepted, what happens is you become more positive. Now, what is to be done, that you will do. That's good enough. Then I think online, you are asking some things.
Yeah, sir. Sir, this workshop, will it be accessible through YouTube or some other link? Because I could not note down all the postures.
No, you don't have to note down. I think we have put, I think Vishwanath is recording, correct?
Okay.
And,
Thank you, sir.
Sure, we can make it available.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else? If there's nothing else, I think we will do Sundara Kanda. Anyway, I don't know how useful whatever I am doing, but it has helped me, changed me a lot. Yeah, it has helped me a lot. Yes, anything else? People sitting here, you can feel free to ask. And
Sir, one more thing, sir. Can you explain proprioception a little more? You talked
yeah,
about it in the
see,
beginning.
proprioception is this. For example, when you rise like this, now we are aware where the right leg is. For example, whether it is nearly parallel to the ground or not, how is the foot, how are the toes, without seeing. It is an internal feel. So that is proprioception. The position of the body joints in 3D space.
How is it important in life?
Well, for all these people who have postural difficulties, this is the problem. They don't know where they are moving. There is no control. Postural control will not come. Therefore, proprioception is very, very important, even in balance and stability. So it is important, in fact, for everyone, especially for these kids.
Thank you, sir.
You are welcome. Okay. You want a break, huh? 5 minutes? People sitting here physically want to take a bio break. Till what time are we? Huh? 7. Then maybe 5 minutes you can break. Even online people. Yeah, washroom is there downstairs. And some of you, if you want casually talk to me, you can talk.
Sir, you remember Hari used to come to you?
Yeah, Hari, I know.
Yeah, Hari. I think I miss sending him this link. It would have helped him very much. That boy always had this issue of not autistic. He had only processing issue. Brilliant boy, but
Hari, I know him very well. He has helped me a lot because I called his name so many times.
yes, sir. Same here.
Sir,
Yes,
I'm Purnima.
yes,
My son
Purnima.
is, my son is studying in second MBBS, but he studied psychology in his 11th and 12th. That time he was after studying about autism and all, he was just telling, maybe I am also in autism spectrum because I find it difficult to communicate with new people and also to make eye contact with new people, and also I don't like socializing with with many people. Like it's only with close people I like. Because he's doing MBBS, his profession needs a lot of socializing. So
Correct, correct.
in what way I teach yoga at home. Like what way I can tell him it will help him to improve all those things. I want to help him
Yeah,
in
yeah,
that.
see, there are two things. One is if there are no postural related issues,
Hmm.
and because he is quite, I can make out intelligent, you have to work through the intellect also. How do you work through the intellect? By reading good scriptures.
Okay.
For example, Bhagavad Gita.
Uh,
What it will help is it can help us to overcome of some of these hidden phobias which are deeply in the subconscious, and that way they will improve. Yes, yes. And participating in general yoga classes or any such things, at least initially with little compulsion, will help their ability to socialize.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Sir,
You want to do? Okay. Awesome. Yes.
so whatever you're teaching today, will this help Alzheimer patients?
Alzheimer's. Very difficult to say because that is a progressively degenerating disease. They may need different type of approach. Then I'm sure Alzheimer's means they would have aged, must be at least above 50, statistically speaking. Correct?
Sir, just a general question. That's it.
Yeah. So for such people, what happens? Their intellect can be a hindrance. So this is good for younger group. For older group, the moment you say Ramayana and things like that, oh, I know that, I know this. So such things will work. And they don't easily imitate. But then the approach has to be different.
But anything of such movements, what you have shown just now?
Movements will help, but this approach I am saying, they may not take it. What is the problem? Because once you are, saying that you have seen, because they would have gone through the heights of their intellect, etc., and now they would, because of some brain disorder, this would have happened. So generally, for them, the acceptance into these kind of things is very less. But yoga will help.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
So my question is on phobias. Like you just spoke about the phobias, like they have different kind of phobias. Even my son has like weird phobias, like he's scared of pumpkins. He's very scared of like pineapples. I don't know. I mean, peacock feather. Like I was able to like handle it um, by like frequent interaction with those items.
Correct, correct. That's a good thing to do.
Can you talk more about that, sir? Like you can see these are the like kind of phobias that we can see, but internal phobias like as he's like scared of so many things that even we cannot understand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like
What is the age?
he will be 4 in September. 4 years.
Mm. Very, very young. Yeah.
He's still non-verbal. He's not able to like um, express his emotions towards anything.
So I think
We
these
are like,
approaches, in these approaches itself, uh, we can be more creative. Uh, for example, you can talk about first Krishna stories around him we can create. Then he had this peacock feather that can be introduced a little later. So once he gets confidence in Krishna. Similarly, for pumpkin nature, it's possible to create, I'm sure. So for such kids, this approach will work. Approach. But we need to be creative in terms of
hmm,
creating some stories around that.
different like situations, creating a
Yeah,
situation
you
and
can
make them play
create.
around,
And I
try
think
to make them play around.
what you are doing is, I think, absolutely right. If the best way to conquer a fear is to encounter it.
So I feel like he's also not talking because he's scared of not being right. He's very
Correct,
scared, like
correct.
he wants to be like perfect. He's
That
4 years
count
there, I can see he want to be like perfect in certain things, like
happens.
whether
You
it is
can,
dressing, how he
this,
looks,
I
and
know,
then
this
he's not
happens.
talking. Hmm?
Mhm, mhm. I
But
think
it
this
is like
approach we can take. I will think over it maybe a little later. Maybe I can
okay, sir,
suggest
no
you
problem.
better.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, I think we will continue. Continue. Huh? We will do Sundara Kanda partly, not whole thing, because
Sir, the breathing also, you said you will say about it.
breathing, as I'll tell you right now, breathing is, we must generally first find out whether they are breathing in the chest or in the abdomen. As we inhale, abdomen should expand, exhale, abdomen should contract. That is the simplest and efficient form of breathing. If they are heaving the chest, then they must be taught, keep like this, exhale. First make it little action oriented like this, then slowly watch and ensure that it becomes abdominal. That is the first thing. So once it becomes abdominal breathing, it should be good. Then you can also try like take the air through the mouth and think that it is a balloon, so that abdominal muscles are engaged. Then ask them not to breathe through the mouth, but through the mouth. So these are some of the strategies. Later we can think of other things. some more sophisticated can be implemented later. Okay, your attention, please. Okay. Now, Sundarakanda is another thing where Hanuman is about Hanuman's adventure into going to Lanka to see Sita. So Hanuman is most like they go away or they want to come, they want to come. And Sundarakanda is excellent for all, and especially for caregivers, and especially if the parents themselves are caregivers. Which means if people have an autistic kid, Sundarakanda is a must for such people because Sundarakanda, that's why it's called Upasana Kanda. Any difficulties you have, go through Sundarakanda. Then your difficulties will look a minuscule. When the difficulties look no difficulty at all, you will find a better solution. That is the psychology behind all this. So Sita is abducted, and Rama gets into friendship with Sugriva, Kishkinda Kanda. There also Vali Sugriva, you can enact very well. Kids would love it. And it is where you can also use a kid as a partner with you to do some of these actions. It is not that you do and make them imitate. You also hold them and make them do. That's also possible. So after the Wali is killed and then search teams were sent in all directions. North, east, west, there was no success. South, they were struggling. People who came towards south under the leadership of Angada. And in that team were Hanuman, Jambuan, Nala, etc. They were all there. So it's happened that they came to know through Sampati, who is the brother of Jatayu, that Sita is there in Lanka. Now there is a vast sea who has to cross. Jambuan tells Hanuman that you can do it. There's a story behind it. We will not go through that. Hanuman wanted to take up this task. So what he did, he has to now jump to Lanka. Now there is a huge mountain from where he has to take off. Huge mountain. Now he has to climb. How do you climb the mountain? Like this. Huge steps he should take. Not like this. That is gone. It is not working. Climbing. 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 Then he stood on top of the hill. What did he do? Raised his hands, bent his knee. Now he has to jump. Jump. And then he jumped. Then he started flying. This is the best way you can mimic the flying. Started flying. Started flying. Hanuman is flying. What is Hanuman doing? Now change the leg. Hanuman is flying. Flying in the sky. Bottom, what is happening? There is sea. What is sea? Sea is going like this. Huge waves, huge waves. Sea is going like this. When he was going, there is one mountain called Mainaka. He wanted to help Hanuman. How? By giving food. Just show this much is enough now. What did he do? It was inside the sea. It is flowing outside. When Hanuman was going, it came up. Came up. Came up. Said, "Oh Hanuman, stop, come to me." What did Hanuman do? Hanuman did not take rest there. What was he doing? He was flying. He saw this. He saw the mountain and said, just tapped it and said, "I'm going on Rama's word. I'll come back." He went away. What did he say? Because you have to do on the left side, no? Both sides you have to do. Oh, he said, "I'm going on Rama's work." He just patted on Mainaka. He said, "I'll come back." He went. Then what happened? There was one more trouble. What is her name when Rakshasi came? Surasa. What is her name? Surasa. She came. How did she came? She was standing like this with mouth open. Hanuman stopped. She said, "I am hungry. Come into my mouth." Hanuman was like this. She opened mouth like this. Then Hanuman, who was like this, became like this. Surasa was like this, opened her mouth like this. Then Hanuman became like this, taller, huge. What did Surasa did? He opened all the more, her mouth. Then what did Hanuman do? He was this. He was like this, no? This huge. Suddenly he became small, jumped into her mouth, jumped back, and said, "I have entered your mouth and come back. Now I will go." He started flying. He flew away. That's it. Then what happened? And he was flying. Suddenly somebody caught. He didn't know what is happening. Then he saw there down in the sea, there was one more demon, Rakshasi. What is her name? Huh? Simhika. Simhika. What is she doing? He is, Rakshasi, he is catching the shadow and pulling. What she said? "I will swallow you." Ha! What did Hanuman do? He entered her mouth like this and just opened her stomach like this and came out of the stomach and then started flying. Then he came to Lanka. He came to Lanka. There, he did not want it to be recognized. Therefore, he became small. He wanted to slowly enter Lanka, not making sound. Then there is a Rakshasi. What is her name? Lankini. She came. He said, "Oh, Hanuman, oh, monkey, you cannot go without my permission." Then what did Hanuman do? Hanuman simply hit her. This also he can do. Hit her, and she fell down. She said, "You please go." Then Hanuman became like a small animal and slowly entered into Lanka. I think I have many other notes, but they should be good enough to give you an idea of how to create. But we will promise we will do all these episodes a little more neatly and put it for the, maybe even for kids it is good, not necessarily ASD. Kids. For any other comments, etc., now it is open. If you have any questions, you can think of. So I should,
Sir, for this, if we have to connect with you, how do we do?
no, I think you have all, you can call 97386-33441. Malti will help to connect.
Okay,
We
thank you.
will definitely make some of these episodes very soon because it has to be made in some bits. If it is too long, nobody will take it. So we will try to split it and try to make it happen as early as possible. But this is one approach which I thought I should share with all the caregivers so that it will help.
I had a question, sir.
Yeah, please.
So the storytelling way of teaching, this probably will help the younger kids, right? Not for the adult.
No, because their communication skills are quite low. It would definitely help even them.
So I used to take class 2 years back for a 20-year-old girl, autistic girl. Okay, so I had modified most of the exercises in a simpler manner, taking most of the exercise with wall support. Okay, so wall support helped. And what I noticed was she had very good memory. So whatever I have taught her yesterday, when next day when she comes, if I ask her, "Do you remember what I taught you yesterday?" She
Good,
was
good.
much better than me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I've seen
excellent memory, just like a computer.
that's very true. In fact, for such people also, in fact, the storytelling may be more effective for such people.
Oh, okay.
But other physical things you will have to modify on case by case basis by looking at their level of postural control, stability, balance.
Yes. And once
Sometimes
they
we also
learn,
use some of the
yeah,
props.
yes, once they learn also, no, they are also perfectionist.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah.
So anything else? Sure, how many are there on online? I don't know. 23. So any questions from online?
So, sir, when this any of the exercises we are doing, we will only initially concentrate on the body image copying and let them breathe as they are doing it.
Yeah, breathing, you see, you can. In fact, at the beginning of the class itself, you can check whether it is chest oriented or abdomen and teach it as separate, because they cannot focus on multiple things. And they are doing actions also. If you ask them to inhale, exhale, that would be too much in the beginning. In the beginning itself, do some of these breathing exercises where you tend to make it abdominal. That should help. And as they progress, we can see, because for some kids I've seen they are quite okay to take more than one thing.
Okay.
It depends. We can see that. But
Okay.
in general, while doing movement, especially as you can see from whatever we did, they involve a lot of stability, postural balance, strength, etc. I think by that itself, it is quite good.
What is the time duration of practice every day to see a change in, let's say, 6 months' time?
Yeah, I would say, see, because duration, you see, when we say 1 hour, it's not that 1 full hour they'll be able to devote and do. Mostly, yeah, because of practical difficulties, having a slot of 1 hour and generally a fixed time will help everyone practically. In that 1 hour, effectively, you may do for about half an hour, but that's okay. That should be good enough.
Thank you, sir.
So what are the, like, how many asanas do we include in the whole series, sir? And which are the things which are very much necessary for them?
Well, whatever we have shown are basically for strength, stability, and balance. So all these things are important. As I said in the beginning itself, when teaching in the beginning, we don't really look at too many intricacies. As in, for example, when we teach Virabhadrasana 3 in a class, you would expect that both legs are straight, hip is even, etc. In this class, even this is okay. Flying can be this much, is good enough. What is important is their ability to balance. And gradually we can instruct them, make this straight, things like that. So it has to be a graded approach. And giving too much of instructions like pull the kneecap, keep the hips even, etc., that would be very boring and may not work. But definitely these kind of stories with these actions would make a better impact. We should not neglect the story part.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Anything else?
So the best thing out of this workshop is not only the autistic kids, any children, who is being taught the
Oh,
yoga,
yeah.
the younger toddlers.
Yes, yes.
This type of
Yes.
story, narrating a story and teaching them the different styles of different postures in a very basic way.
Correct,
Actually,
correct. Will
would
definitely
create
help.
interest in the kids
Yeah,
just by learning it.
yes, yes, yes.
Other than the
Definitely.
monotonous way of making them stand and teaching them.
Yeah, that won't help. We should make it this way.
This is
Mm.
really a great approach to teach the kids, sir.
Thank you, thank you. We'll make some videos on it and share with you all at the earliest. And even engaging them with us, for example, Wali Sugriva fight I had planned, but I think it becomes too much. Yes. Huh? I didn't get your question fully. Ah, Caesar. You're asking the Caesars. I think there are no such studies available. So, yeah, Caesars is one of the things. I cannot really say that, okay, you do this posture, that will become all right. There's no proof for such things because Caesars is more a deeper phenomena in the brain. So, no answer. We cannot simply say, okay, you do this, that will all right. No. Yeah, yoga, I think doing these things will help. One of the way we can say is intuitively, if you see, to do any of these balancing posture, brain is definitely involved. The pathways will be triggered. That may indirectly help. I'm not sure.
What do you
Correct? Happen. True. True. Yeah. Hmm. Well, for that, whatever approach we are adopting will definitely help. Definitely, it will take time. But once you keep repeating these things, now the next level would be to depict some of the characters, deeper characters of Ramayana, may it be the Ram or Hanuman. So that will definitely make an impact. And uh, even for the very intellect people who are very egoistic, going through this Ramayana will help them to become lot more better. So for such kids who have no problem with that kind of intellect, it's much easier to mold them. Please believe it. It will take time, but Ramayana has a lot of such morals. I have not completely uncovered all those things. It will help. It will help. Huh? Normal child, you see what happens. For example, if a kid is about 8 years, 10 years, and having ASD, their friends who are of the same age will not have that maturity to think that, okay, I should help. This is a special kid. I should not react this way, that way. That maturity they will not have. So that is the problem. So what happens? These ASD kids will have problem with social interacting with them. But if society as a whole wakes up, and if the normal kids also go through something like Ramayana, things like that, their behavior will also change. They will also become okay. So I think this kind of approach should be done more rigorously among everyone. Then it could overall impact can be better. This is my take. Generally, what happens? The ASD kids will have problem because they are not able to interact, communicate. Normal kid will have other group, so they may not have all that problem. But in the same family, it can create some sort of issues, which parents should be wise enough to handle. Yeah, it should happen because now since we are seeing more and more such cases, this is now the society as a whole should look at it, uh, do that. It's very difficult because they will have their own special schools, which will totally isolate them. It's good to have some sort of a mix. But anyway, there are so many other issues which I cannot say anything. But definitely this approach will help. Okay. Good. We'll offer our prayer to Sage Patanjali. Thank you all for participating and helping me to become maybe little better. Inhale. Oh. Yogena Chittasya Padena Vacha Malam Sharirasya Vaidhyakena Yopakarottam Ravaram Munina Patanjalim Pranjaliranatosmi Hari Shubhamastu.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Namaste, sir. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
sir. Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste. Some special classes